Seniors hear these two names all the time, lutein and zeaxanthin, but most people don't know the difference. Today, I'll explain what each one does, who benefits most, and how to get them through food before you spend money on supplements. It is a frustrating reality that as we blow out more candles on the birthday cake, the world around us can start to look a little blurrier, a little dimmer, and much less vibrant than it used to be. You might find yourself squinting at the morning paper or struggling to see the road during a rainy evening drive. This isn't just a normal part of aging that you have to accept lying down. Often it is a biological deficiency in the very pigments that act as internal sunglasses for your eyes. There is a hidden culprit behind much of this age related decline, and it's the thinning of the macular pigment, a protective layer in your retina that requires specific fuel to stay strong. By the end of this conversation, you'll know exactly how to replenish that shield, which specific pigment handles which type of vision, and how to spot the marketing tricks on supplement bottles. Before we dive into the science of your sight, I'd love for you to join our community by subscribing to the channel. We focus on the kind of evidence-based senior health tips that your busy GP might not have time to explain in a 15-minute appointment. I'm curious to know who I'm talking to today. Where are you watching from? And have you noticed your night vision changing lately? Drop a comment below. I read every single one because your journey to better health matters to me. To understand why these two nutrients are the heavy hitters of eye health, we have to look at the macula, which is the tiny, specialized area in the center of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed central vision. Think of the macula as the high definition sensor in a digital camera. If that sensor gets dusty or damaged, the whole picture suffers. Lutein and zeaxanthin are the only two carotenoids out of hundreds found in nature that your body specifically selects to deposit into the macula. They form what we call the macular pigment optical density, or MPOD. A landmark study published in the journal Times Nutrients Times found that individuals with a higher MPOD performed significantly better on visual acuity tests and had a lower risk of progression toward advanced vision loss. Imagine your eyes are like a high-end smartphone screen. Without these pigments, that screen is constantly being scratched and faded by the harsh blue light of the sun and our digital devices. These pigments literally absorb that blue light and neutralize the rusting or oxidative stress that happens inside your eye. Let's start our deep dive with the first titan of eye health, lutein, often referred to as the protector of clarity. While both pigments work together, lutein is the more abundant of the two throughout the entire retina. Its primary job is to filter out high energy blue light and protect the peripheral parts of your macula. As we age, our eyes become more susceptible to oxidative damage, which is essentially biological wear and tear. Lutein acts like a sponge, soaking up the harmful rays before they can reach the delicate photoreceptor cells. Research conducted at Harvard University and published in the Times Archives of Ophthalmology. Times followed over 100,000 participants for 2 decades and discovered that those with the highest intake of lutein and its partner, zeaxanthin, had a 40% lower risk of developing advanced age-related macular degeneration compared to those who ate the least. This is a staggering statistic because it shows that what you put on your fork today directly dictates how well you will see 20 years from now. Think of lutein as the broad spectrum armor for your eyes, providing a wide area of coverage that keeps your vision from dimming at the edges. If you've noticed that colors don't seem as poppy as they used to, or if you feel like you need more and more light just to read a book, your lutein levels might be running on empty. To fix this, you don't necessarily need a pill. You need a trip to the produce aisle. The gold standard for lutein is dark leafy greens. Specifically, cooked spinach and kale are your best friends here. A single cup of cooked kale contains roughly 20 milligrams of lutein. To put that in perspective, the famous AREDS 2 clinical trials use 10 milligrams as their daily target. So you can easily hit your goals through diet alone. When you eat these greens, imagine them like a delivery truck bringing fresh supplies to a lighthouse, ensuring the light stays bright and the glass stays clear. My best advice for you is to saute your spinach in a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil. Because lutein is fat soluble, you need a healthy fat present to actually absorb it into your bloodstream. Without the oil, A lot of that eye gold just passes right through you. While lutein provides the broad armor, zeaxanthin is the sharpshooter of the center. This pigment is much more concentrated in the fovea, which is the very center of the macula, responsible for your straight ahead vision, the vision you use for reading, recognizing faces, and threading a needle. If lutein is the shield for the whole eye, zeaxanthin is the bullseye. It is particularly effective at improving contrast sensitivity, which is your ability to distinguish an object from its background. This is crucial for things like seeing a gray curb on a gray sidewalk or spotting a car in a fog. The Times Journal of Food Science Times published a study highlighting that zeaxanthin is superior at quenching specific types of free radicals that specifically target the central retina. Without enough of this, the center of your vision can become blurry or distorted, making it feel like there's a permanent smudge on your glasses that you just can't wipe away. Finding zeaxanthin in food is a bit more of a treasure hunt than finding lutein, as it isn't as prevalent in green leaves. Instead, you want to look for the orange and gold category. Orange bell peppers are the absolute champions of zeaxanthin. According to data from the Times British Journal of Ophthalmology, asterisk, orange peppers can contain up to 37 times more zeaxanthin than their green or yellow counterparts. Other great sources include corn, saffron, and goji berries. Imagine the vibrant orange of a bell pepper as a concentrated dose of high contrast fuel for your retinas. If you've been feeling hesitant about driving at night because the glare from oncoming headlights is blinding you, zeaxanthin is what you need. It helps your eyes recover faster from photostress, which is that temporary blindness you feel after a bright flash. To get the most out of this, try adding sliced orange peppers to your salads, or snacking on them with a bit of hummus. The goal is consistency. Your eyes don't store a lifetime supply of these pigments, so you need to provide a steady stream to keep the shutter of your eye working perfectly. Now, I know many of you are wondering if you should just bypass the grocery store and head straight to the supplement aisle. It's a valid question, especially when you're dealing with joint pain or mobility issues that make frequent cooking a chore. However, we have to be smart consumers because the supplement industry is a bit like the Wild West. When you look at a bottle, you want to see the 10-to-2 ratio. This means 10 milligrams of lutein to 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin, which is the ratio found to be most effective in the National Eye Institute's age-related eye disease study 2, better known as AREDS 2. That massive study showed that this specific combination, when added to other antioxidants, reduced the risk of vision progression by about 25% in people who already had intermediate macular degeneration. It is a powerful tool, but it isn't a magic wand. If you aren't at high risk, a supplement might just be expensive urine if your diet is already rich in greens and peppers. There is also a caution I must share with you regarding synthetic versions versus natural ones. Some cheaper supplements use esters, which aren't as easily absorbed by an aging digestive system. According to a study in the Times American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, asterisk, the bioavailability of these pigments can vary by as much as 30% depending on the form they take and the presence of fats. If you do choose a supplement, take it with your largest meal of the day, the one with the most fat, to ensure you're actually getting your money's worth. Think of the supplement like a booster cable for a car battery. It helps get things started, but you still need the engine of a good diet to keep the car moving. Always talk to your doctor before starting, especially if you are on blood thinners, as high doses of certain antioxidants can occasionally interfere with medications. If you're finding these tips helpful and you appreciate the deep dive into the data, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more seniors who might be worried about their vision and looking for real science-backed answers. So what should you do first? If you are a senior looking to protect your independence and keep your world looking sharp, your first step isn't a pill, it's the egg strategy. Many people don't realize that egg yolks are one of the most bioavailable sources of both lutein and zeaxanthin. Even though they contain lower absolute amounts than kale, the fats naturally present in the yolk make the pigments much easier for your body to use. A study in Times, the Journal of Nutrition, Times, showed that eating just one egg a day for 5 weeks increased blood levels of lutein by 26% and zeaxanthin by 38% in older adults without significantly affecting cholesterol levels, This is a game changer for someone who might struggle with the texture of large amounts of leafy greens. Imagine starting your day with a simple poached egg. You aren't just eating breakfast, you're literally feeding the center of your sight. Next, I want you to focus on the colorful plate rule. Rather than stressing over milligrams, look at your plate at dinner. Is it mostly brown or white? If so, your eyes are starving. By simply adding one lutein green and one zeaxanthin orange to your daily routine, you are doing more for your long term independence than almost any other lifestyle change. Think of it as an insurance policy for your hobby of reading, your love of gardening, or your ability to see your grandchildren's faces clearly across a room. Small, consistent changes are the secret to longevity. It's about the compound interest of health. A few more spinach leaves today and an orange pepper tomorrow add up to a much stronger macula a decade from now. To recap what we've talked about today, lutein is your broad coverage shield, found mostly in leafy greens like kale and spinach, and it's essential for overall retinal health. Zeaxanthin is your central vision sharpshooter, found in orange peppers and corn, and it's your best defense against glare and loss of detail. Together, they form a protective barrier that filters blue light and prevents oxidative rust. Whether you get them from a carefully chosen AREDS 2 style supplement or a vibrant diet of eggs and vegetables, the goal is to keep that macular pigment thick and strong. I want to remind you that you are in the driver's seat of your own aging process. It is easy to feel like our bodies are failing us as we get older, but often they are just crying out for the right resources. By taking these steps, you are choosing a future of clarity and color. You are choosing to keep your world big and bright, and that is a goal worth fighting for. Your vision is one of your most precious assets. It's how you connect with the people you love and the world around you. Don't let it fade simply because of a lack of information. I'd love to hear from you. Now, which of these foods are you going to try to add to your diet this week? Is it the spinach, the orange peppers, or maybe that daily egg? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into your health. We're in this together, and your health is worth every bit of effort you put into it. Keep your eyes on the prize, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Would you like me to create a printable grocery list of these eye healthy foods for you?